Well, hello to all you Yuulo fans and subscribers, and I'm back here in Studio 11 with a very special guest, none other than the Mandarin himself.
Good afternoon, young man, and thank you for asking me to come.
It's a pleasure to have you here, and I suppose well timed, given that the national hunt season is in full swing.
Yes, indeed. You are all going to be hearing a lot from me and Caroline over the next 6 months, and there's plenty to be talking about.
Yes, Mandarin, what have you got for me today?
Well, Barney, it's a cracking weekend of national hunt racing, with the Betfair chase at Haydock Park, a couple of graded races at Ascot including the 1965 chase, plus Caroline will be reporting back from Punchestown, where the Morgiana hurdle is the feature. More of that later on, including a nod to the lovely Jay Seller who was spot on when she told you to watch Dan Skelton's runners in the last podcast. But she did make mention of betting strategies then, and I know you're keen for me to return to that topic.
Yes, we really are, because we've had lots of interest about what she touched on, and of course you are the one to ask.
Well, I don't know about that, young man. Everyone has their own method. Or madness. Or method in the madness even. But I'm more than happy to go through my thinking on things, from a purely analytical perspective. Not that it's that exciting, Barney, but if that's what you want.
We really do, cause to get an insight into how to beat the bookies has got to be in everyone's interest, right?
Oh yes, except theirs of course. But don't you worry about them after all, it's a unilateral offer in law effectively when they offer a price. So to get us started, let me give you a theoretical example.
Great.
So, young man, it's a 3-horse race, the favourites 2-1 on, the second in the betting is evens and the third is the big outsider at 3s. What one must consider is that over 3 races, given everything else being equal, the odds-on jolly is going to win this race at least twice to find value in that bet. Okay so far?
Yep.
If say your bet was £10 you win, get 15 back. Next race, same opponents, £10 again, you win, you get 15 back. Now you've got 20 quid. Third time, doesn't win, you've still got your 10.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
So, what I would do, is extrapolate that out for all of those 3 horses according to their odds, and then decide if one of them could win more races, all other things being equal than the odds offered would suggest. So that would mean the horse at evens would win more than half their races and the one at 3-1 would win more than 1 in 4. And this way, over time, if you are roughly right over whether the odds offer value, you will make a profit. And sometimes it helps to say, double the amount of races to make it easier for you to see your edge.
I see, I think.
Barney, you are playing the percentages here, so it's a workable method for regular punters with at least some knowledge of the races they are selecting. I think Jay Seller referred to that.
Yes, she did. You're right, but just expand on this, all things being equal for us.
Yes, of course, dear boy, it's all about the all other things being equal. So number 1, and this is the most important factor, is the going. If the ground isn't right, then the horse isn't going to put in the right fractions. And these race horses are so highly trained that it really is a matter of milliseconds between win or lose. Jay Seller exampled Olympic sprinters being asked to run in cross-country races. Then after that for me it's the course. Cheltenham is a totally different course than Aintree say, so that's where you'll hear the expression horses for courses.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Well, plenty of truth there, and that downhill fence at Cheltenham before the final turn into the home straight is just such a good example. So when you've got a horse that is a real galloper, they set the fractions by being able to keep a strong regular pace going, so shortening the stride when the fence comes too soon, bowling down the hill doesn't really suit her.
I see. And I suppose that's where the specialist knowledge comes in?
Yes, Barney, which is why it's better to stick to what you know well if you want to wager on the percentages. But that's not all, because there are other factors to put in, and I suppose I'm addressing these in the general order of importance for you. A weighting system if you like. So the trip and recent form count too. Some horses may not have the pace to step back in trip and some need a run at the start of the season while some run best after a break. So much to consider.
Yes, I get that. Lots of info to sort through, but that's a really great insight into how your strategy works.
Thank you, Barney. And of course earlier we did say that Jay Seller had been spot on when she said watch out for Dan Skelton, and that proved to be a brilliant point since she said it, as the Alcester yard has been sending out winners all over the place since her pointer. So stable form can be a highly weighted factor too.
Great, I'm going to be trying to use that this weekend.
Well, young man, if you are, I suggest you look at the Betfair chase at Haydock.
Okay, why should I think this is the one to go for?
Right, you've got Royal Pagel who has won it for the last 2 years, so horses for courses, and also it was Venetia Williams' grand old boy's first appearance of the season, so fits the run's best fresh pointer. However, if you look a little deeper into Royal Pagel's form, he only wins on soft or heavy ground. And with that being the highest weighted factor, we have to check on the going before making the decision. So, judged on the forecast going in the middle of this week, good to soft. We'd be hoping for more rain to turn things in our favour. May happen, may not. But at a general price of around 5 to 1, that's a win ratio of more than 1 in 5, putting you in profit. Tempting, methinks. If the rain comes.
I see. Should I go big on Mandarin?
No, dear boy, not yet, because let's have a gander at the oppo.
Okay, who's Royal Pagel up against?
So, last year's runner-up was Dan Skelton's Grey Dawning, who was sent off favourite but got collared by Royal Pagel after the last on soft ground. So, with Grey Dawning getting good to soft ground, conditions are in his favour, the yard's in form, and it's going to be one hell of a race. But, and it's a big but, Grey Dawning is offered at around evens, so that means in the 5 races Royal Pagel needs to win 1, Grey Dawning's got to win 3. And he's won from 2 around here. So the odds look a bit thin for me. I'd sooner, on the percentages, have the punt on Royal Pagel, course specialist, going well fresh, winner of this race the last 2 years, trainer in form, so many plus points, so surely a better than 20% chance of winning. But the possible spanner in the works is the other new kid on the block, Rebecca Curtis's Haiti Couleurs. 4 from 5 over fences, he's split the other 2 in the anti-post markets, and it's going to be an absolute cracker.
What's the final verdict, Mandarin? I'm sure everyone wants to know.
Right, on the spot am I? Well, 5 to 1 for Royal Pagel does look the percentage play. More rain this week, all the better. No more rain, you can always cash out if you think the ground's going to favour Grey Dawning, which may be my first concern. You won't take much of a hit for that, and you don't have to walk off a hero every time you lay down your hard cash. Study, young man, and it will soon become second nature.
Well, I can't even begin to tell you how much I think I've learnt from that. And I mean, I do remember a couple of years ago you told me about Tim Easterby's Art Power, how he was mispriced, and I think we got about 5 to 1, but the SP was nearer 2 to 1.
Oh yes, that was a classic case of mispricing, young man. Was it the Greenland Stakes, do you think?
Yeah, I think so, and I'll be having a close look at the Betfair chase on Saturday, armed with my new strategy.
Good luck to you, Barney.
Yes, and thanks once again for coming in, and that just about wraps it up for us today. Check out the next podcast coming your way, and we'll take a deep dive into some more big races.